Hello and good day. My name is Sir Afnan Zainuddin and I am from SMK Temangan, Machang, Kelantan. Today I am going to share with you some useful tips on SPM English 19 for Paper 2, Section A as well as Section B. Well, I appreciate your efforts and your eagerness to watch this video despite the pandemic and what happened around the world right now. But I believe your commitment to learn will be rewarded. So, pat on your shoulder. Good job. SPM is just around the corner. So, don't waste time and gear everything up. You might not put much of an attention to Section A and Section B just because you're probably thinking, nah, nothing to worry. The answer is there, just pick one already. Or you get too nervous and intimidated with all the graphics and long text in the questions. So take a deep breath and please don't be panicked. If you are panicked, you cannot think straight. Therefore, in this lesson, we are going to learn how, 1, to understand better about the Section A and Section B, and 2, how to find the best answers. So, let's get started. Let's take a look of Section A. Section A contains 15 questions and it is divided into 2 categories. For question 1 until 8, the question will test your understanding of the given text or graphics materials. For question 9 until 15 is rational clause questions, which will test your understanding towards grammar items. So far so good? Bingo! Let's carry on. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the techniques and strategies to answer question 1 until 8. Number 1, you have to read the question first and the answers. Remember, please don't read the text first, as you will read without knowing what you need to find. It's much better to know the question first, then it will be easier for you to find the answers. Text or graphics can be long, but if you know what to find, then you will not waste much time. Again, please read the questions and the answers first. Got it? Awesome. Okay, I know you have been in this situation before where you found some words and you do not understand its meaning. Don't worry, relax, don't be panicked, chill. You can try to guess the word that you do not understand by looking at the whole sentence and try to figure it out. Read the text again if you are not sure. Try to read slowly. This takes some practice, so don't get disappointed at your first try. Remember, practice makes perfect. Number 3, we need to eliminate any obvious wrong answers. Usually, there is 1 or 2 answers which are totally unrelated to the questions. So, cross them out and focus on the answers which you are confident. But please, do not rush to cross out any answers. You have to be sure before doing it. Now, you know the techniques, you know the strategies to answer question 1 until 8. So, let's do some exercises. Remember to read the question and answers first before you read the text. What you can see on the screen right now is one of the samples of the questions from Malacca Trial SPM 2020. So you can pause this video if you need to take a look first. Alright, so I told you before to read the questions and the answers first before you read the whole text. So, can we read now? According to the text, milk chocolate bar was created by A, Spanish, B, the Europeans, C, the Aztecs in Mexico, or D, a Swiss chocolate manufacturer. Alright, so you know the question, you know the answers, now you know what you need to find. You need to find what milk chocolate bar was created by who. So now you need to start to read the text. The first people to make a drink from cocoa beans were the Aztecs in Mexico. So, is it Aztec who made the chocolate? Yes or no? We continue reading it. Much later, in the early 16th century, the Spanish took the chocolate that spread throughout Europe, and in 1847, the first chocolate bar was made. Alright, so this one you have to be careful. Why? Because the question asks you about milk chocolate bar, not just chocolate bar. So if you answer the Spanish, then the answer would be yes. What about we go for the B, the Europeans? Also incorrect. So if you want to answer the Aztecs in Mexico, also incorrect, because from the passage we can see cocoa beans were the Aztecs in Mexico. A drink from cocoa beans from the Aztecs. So just cocoa beans, not the milk chocolate bar. So yes, if you continue reading it, milk chocolate was invented when Swiss chocolate manufacturer. So the answer is obviously D, a Swiss chocolate manufacturer. Very good. Alright, so let's try another question, shall we? So this is another sample of the question that you can see on screen. So like previous one, you have to read the question first. Read the question, read the answers A, B, C, and D, and then you start reading the graphics or the text. So in this case, let's try. If you wanted to answer this one first, you can pause this video, try to find the answer, and then you press play again. Okay, which of the following statements about the advertisement is true? A. Goods can be purchased online at the bank's website. B. You will get free smartphone when you purchase a credit card. C. You must make 15 online purchases to get a smartphone. Or D. The credit card is valid until 30th September. So the question asks you about to find a statement which is true. So out of all four answers, only one is true statement. So we look at number one, then we look at A, goods can be purchased online at the bank's website. So when you read the passage now, secure online shopping, shop with added confidence, they don't mention anything to buy anything from the bank's website. So A is incorrect. What about B? You will get free smartphone when you purchase a credit card. Yes or no? No, this is clearly wrong answer. So I have to tell you, out of four answers, usually there will be two answers which is totally unrelated to the question. So you have to eliminate these answers. So you have better chances to get right answers. Alright, what about D? The credit card is valid until 30th September. It may seem true because you can see in the passage in the advertisement valid till 31st September. But it's not the credit cards, it's the promotion. So D is not the right answer. So C, one must take 15 online purchases to get a smartphone. It is the right answer. Did you get it right? Good job. Alright, we are moving on to question 9 until 15. I hope you understand the question 1 until 8, how we're going to do that one. Now, we are going to do question 9 until 15. This part is called rational clause. 7 questions will test your understanding of grammar items. I know, you must be terrified with grammar, but grammar is important in English. Well, there are easier ways to answer these questions. But first, let's take a look of grammatical items which are frequently asked in the examination. There are pronouns, articles, verbs and tenses, conjunction, connectors, adverbs, prepositions, subject-verb agreement, and the list goes on and on. I might not have the time to explain all the grammar rules in this video, but I can share some important tips for these questions. First, you need to read throughout the text. Read all first. You can scan the whole passage first. Next, identify instances. You need to know whether it's present tense or past tense. I will explain further after this. And last one, eliminate any obvious wrong answers, just like before. Greta Thunberg is a Swedish environmental who has gained international recognition for promoting the view that humanity is facing an existential crisis arising from climate change. So what is the answer for question number 9? Greta Thunberg is a Swedish environmental. So if it's A, B, C or D. So if you say feminists or C, artists are not correct. Why? Because it's not related to the context they are talking about. They talk about the climate change. So feminist artists are not related. So it's either activists or scientists. So that's what you have to do. You cross out any answers which is totally unrelated to the question. So it's either A or D. But if you look at this climate change, environmental, usually people use as an activist. So the answer is yes. The answer is A. Moving on, Thunberg is known, number 10, her youth and her straightforward speaking manner. So, if you are not sure which answer, you can try one by one. Thunberg is known with her youth? Doesn't sound right, right? Thunberg is known with her youth and her straightforward speaking manner, or B, Thunberg is known for her youth and her straightforward speaking manner, or C, on her youth, or D, about. I don't know about you, but A is not right. It's not the correct answer. B might yes or no. So if you are not sure, leave it first. We take a look again at other answer. What about C? Thunberg is known on her youth. Not really. Or D, Thunberg is known about her youth. So the right answer is B, for her youth. Thunberg is known for her youth and her straightforward speaking manner. Let's continue. Thunberg's activism started after convincing her parents to A, make, adapt, or C, take, or D, adopt several lifestyle choices to reduce, reduced, reduce, or reducing. A, B, or C, and D. So we look at the number 11 first. To make, adapt, take, and adopt. So make and take are not the right answers. It is between adapt or adopt. What do you think about this one? Yes, the right answer is D, adopt. If you're not sure, please take a dictionary between adapt and adopt. Alright, next. Several lifestyle choices too. Remember I talked about root words just now? The models, if you have to, and the word after to, it has to be in a root word form. So, reduce A is totally out because they put X. So A is not right. B is also incorrect because of the word D at reduce. And also D, they put ing. It's also incorrect, so the right answer would be C, reduce. Good job. In August 2018, at the age of 15, she started. Alright, now you notice they talk about time now. They talk about August 2018, something that happened in the past. So remember, you have to use past tense in this sentence. At age 15, she started spending her school days outside the Swedish parliament to call for stronger action, number 13, on, at, in, or D for climate change by holding up a sign reading "School Strike for Climate"? Which one do you think is the right answer? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C or D? The B, at, is it right? No, it's not the right answer. What about C? Also not the right answer. And D is not the right answer. So the right answer for this question is A, on. At the 2019 UN Climate Action Summit, she gave a speech in which she exclaimed, "How dare you?" was widely, is it A, B, C or D? Remember I told you before, if there is ha or WWH, the verb has to be in past participle or continuous, which is ing. So A and C are not the right answer, because it has to be in past participle. So this is between B or D. Cross all those wrong answers. So the right answer for this question is yes. The answer is B. Taken. And the last question is number 15. She having received numerous honors and awards, including the Times Magazine's 100 Most Influential People and the Youngest Time Persons of the Year, and 2 consecutive nominations for the Nobel Prize 2019 and 2020. So for this question, remember, have and having are totally out. You cannot use she, have. It has to be either has or had. But having is not the right answer, because you have to put verb to be before, which is I or WWH, before you can use ing. So the right answer for the question is A, has. Good job, everyone. We finished this section. Please make sure you have transferred the answer to the answer sheet at the back of the question booklet. Make sure you check all answers. We have finished section A. Let's move on to section B, information transfer. In this section, you must try to score as many marks as possible. All you have to do is just to copy from the passage and put it in the answer section. Simple. Questions in section B are split into 2 parts: graphic organizers and fill in the blanks. Before you start, please read the instructions really well. 2. Read and understand the questions and then read the passage. By doing this, you will know what you are looking for. 3. Underline keywords and leave your answer. 4. Transfer the information accordingly and correctly. 5. Do not write more words than you should. Please look at the instruction. They will tell you how many words that you have to write. 6. Spelling is mandatory. Do not get it wrong. Capital letters for proper nouns, you have to copy exactly as it is. Once you have done, please check your answers. It may seem long, but it's not that difficult. Now, let's see some examples. Here, that's what we call information organizer. So you have to know, you read the question and then you need to find the answer in the passage. So always focus on the item they ask you to write. For in this question, they talk about magazine, meaning you have just to write the name of the magazine. Do not write more than the name itself. Please do not write long. Just write what they need. And when you copy, make sure don't get it wrong. Copy exactly as it is. We go for the next sample. This one, they ask you several questions about location, aim of program, expected date, murals painted during the volunteers. This question will give you clue where to find. I'll give you another example, is location. Let's say you have to put the location. Do not put more than the name of the place itself. Sometimes they ask you about the place, they ask you about the time, the date, or the name of a place. Please write as it is. Do not write more than you should. Alright, so let's take a look at another sample. This one, you have to fill in the blanks. Okay, so you have something they put in an email or in the fill in the blank forms. Doesn't matter, as long as you need to put the words into the right answer, and you will do fine, no problem. Alright, so this one I told you before to read the instructions very well. If you look here, use no more than 2 words. 2 words. Alright, so if you write 3 words, then you will get a wrong answer. So please, before you begin, read the instruction first. No more than 2 words, then you cannot write more than 2 words. If 3 words, then 3 words. Always follow to the instructions. Even though you write the right answer, but if you write more than 2 words, it will become automatically wrong. Well, we have come to the end of this video. I really hope you will get some useful information which you can use in the examination. Good luck, and I wish you all the best in SPM. May all of you get SPM result with flying colors. That's all for now. Stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye.